Hello, I'm Evan, excuse me, and this is my week 64 tenor saxophone video. For this week's video, I'm going to be playing 2 Christmas songs, and for this month, I'll primarily be focused on that genre of music. I'm an adult tenor saxophonist, and each week I make a short video documenting my progress. After I play the couple of videos, I'm going to talk a little bit about this Vandoren V16 mouthpiece that I got about 4 days ago, and just some quick thoughts regarding that. So without further ado, let me get to the first song. It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Just bear with me as I get the next song, which is going to be Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Okay, so those are my 2 Christmas songs, and now I'll just talk briefly. I wanted a little bit of a more challenging mouthpiece. I've been using a Yamaha 5C, which is a great beginner mouthpiece, but it has kind of a small tip opening. It's a 0.7 tip opening. And anyways, what that means is it can be kind of constricting, right? So when you put air through the mouthpiece, I was noticing that sometimes air was kind of coming out the sides of my mouth, especially on the higher notes. I wasn't able to push as much air through the mouthpiece. So I wanted a little bit of a challenge, and I ordered this Vandoren V16 T6 hard rubber. And I'm not sure if I like it or not. The thing is that it's not recommended to jump from a closed mouthpiece to a much more open mouthpiece as far as the tip opening goes, and that's kind of what I did. So you know how I said that the Yamaha was a 0.7. Well, this is a 0.95, or it might even be a 0.98. So there's quite a gap between the reed and then the top of the mouthpiece. And I've noticed that my tuning is quite off. You know, the sharp notes, the high notes are really sharp. And I have, you know, to exert a lot more force, a lot more effort to play this mouthpiece. It's been, you know, like I said, about 4 days, and what I do like about it is it has a much louder projection, and it has kind of a darker sound to it, where my Yamaha was very bright. This has a dark, deep tone, which is nice, but it's just so different than what I'm used to playing. So another thing is I had to drop down in reed strength. So before I was playing a Java 2.4 green box, and I was playing that for months, and I really liked that. But for this one, the mouthpiece, it's too hard to play 2.5. So I bought a sampler Vandoren jazz kit that has 4 different types of reed, and they're 2.0. And I was hoping it would make it a lot easier to play on this mouthpiece, but it didn't, mainly because new reeds, I've noticed, are harder to play in the beginning before they get worn in. So these brand new reeds are still kind of playing like my worn out 2.5s. So I am going to continue working on this mouthpiece. You know, a lot of people say whenever you change gear, you have to adjust to that. And I certainly believe that's true. I have faith that this is a good mouthpiece, and it's not the mouthpiece, it's the player, right? It's me, and I need to adjust my embouchure, right? I need to have a looser grip, you know, on the reed and the mouthpiece on those high notes, so they're not so sharp. But I'm not really used to that. It seems like on the low notes, I have to clench down my embouchure and have a tight embouchure, but on the high notes, I have to really loosen it up. I mean, way looser than I'm used to. So it's kind of challenging, frankly. And I'm not in love, you know, with this mouthpiece. But then again, I didn't know what I was expecting. You know, I've been playing 14 months, and I probably just could have stuck with my Yamaha 5C because I liked how I was sounding for the most part, but I didn't want to get complacent, and I wanted to get a stronger embouchure and also get a stronger breath support, and that's what this is allowing me to do. But it's a double-edged sword, right? Because now I've kind of taken a step back in my playing, and I don't necessarily like how I sound as much. I have ordered a D'Addario Jazz Select D6M, which will be here in about 3 or 4 days. I'm going to try that out also. I'm not expecting that to be a whole lot different. If anything, I think it has a little bit bigger of a tip mouth opening, but it might not be quite so dark. So it may not be such a drastic change between the Yamaha 5C and the Vandoren V16 was. So anyways, I know that's a lot of like technical, like saxophonist talk. So if you're just watching this and you don't even play saxophone, you're probably like, what the heck is he talking about? But for any players, they'll understand what I mean, you know, when it comes to a mouthpiece. You know, you got your tip opening, you've got your baffle, you've got the material, and all that kind of stuff. And I've sort of jumped into that, and I plan on returning all but one of the mouthpieces. And hell, maybe I'll return all 3 of them and just go back to the 5C, you know, if I feel like that's what I want to do. But That's kind of what's going on with me. Next week I'll have a couple other new Christmas songs that I've been playing, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.